Oh, cool. Hello. Oh my god. I have not recorded a video in so long that I feel like that's not true. That's not true. I've recorded a lot of videos, but not I haven't decided if this is going to be the podcast or if this is going to be the YouTube or if this is going to be the both. Maybe I should just do the podcast on the YouTube. So, I don't know. I haven't been thinking about it because I haven't really been thinking. I've kind of been like just experiencing a lot of high vibrational stuff in a way that's hard for me to articulate. It's like my stomach wants to contract right now, like my solar plexus wants to contract because I think it's like I'm afraid to share my truth sometimes, but like I also don't care anymore. Like I really, truly, honestly don't fucking give a fuck anymore because it's like I learned since I went to the psych ward that it's like I have to speak my truth, and if I don't speak my truth, then my reality becomes incoherent with my field and everything becomes discordant and things just go poopier. So like why would I want things to go poopier? Just could like I just gotta speak the truth. So let me take a breath because I get in front of the camera and then I like lose myself. I like realize this now. It's like, and I've realized this before where it's like I'm aware that there's a camera in front of me. And so my brain is like hyper aware of like that I'm being perceived, and I'm desiring, I'm intending to be the same on camera as I am off camera. So because whether or not I'm being recorded shouldn't matter. If I'm being myself, then that should just be myself regardless. So let me just take a breath real quick. Okay. Presence. Hello, greetings, welcome. I have changed so much in the past few weeks. Very much in the past 2 weeks. I remember who I am. I remember my past life. I remember, and not in the way that's like, it's not a memory in like, I remember I went to this place and did this thing. It's like, I feel on like a cellular level in my bones, in my marrow, like, oh, in like my spiritual body, like, oh shit, I've done this before. Hold on one sec, sorry. I've been clearing so much density. There's been so much density that's needed to be cleared because we're in this age of Aquarius, this rising of frequency, this shedding of density, and this return from ego, the illusion of separation consciousness, to the remembrance of unity and oneness consciousness, understanding, love. It's really a return to love. It is. I feel like I need to like channel. There's like I don't want to look at myself. There's like a returning to love and understanding that's happening on the planet right now. And there's like light codes that are being sent and activated. And you don't have to believe this, but it's just kind of, belief is a funny thing because the universe will kind of show you what you believe. It'll mirror it back to you. It's all like a quantum mirror of your frequency, which is basically just a combination of like the pulsations of your emotional body, the constructs of your mental space, your beliefs and your understandings about things, your intentions, like it's an amalgamation of things. And the universe perfectly mirrors that back to you on a quantum level. And quantum is just, it's a science-y term for, it's just how it works. But belief is funny because it doesn't really matter if you believe it, it's doing it anyway. Like this isn't like me thinking, it's not like religion where I'm like, I believe there was a burning bush. I believe there was a goddess named Hecate. I believe, which I do believe in those things. But it's like, this is just energetic physics that has not been discovered yet. Like this is happening regardless of if you believe it or not. These light codes are being activated. They're being sent from all over the place. And it's like not even like, it's like not even in physical space. Like it is, but it's not. It's like you don't perceive it. And so it's like we often think about things like the speed of light and this and that in the physical space. And while that is true, it's like there's like, this is like in like this frequency is like a level that is like not perceivable by like human, like biological mechanisms that we are aware of at this time. But spiritually you can feel it, or you can, I guess, not really feel it, but perceive the results of it. And some like this, there are solar light codes that come from the sun. There are lunar light codes, from what I understand. Although I'm not, that one just came to me, and I don't know how, I don't know where that is, but because that feels like it would be a reflection of the sun. I guess they would be like solar codes reflected through the moon with a different frequency. But whatever, it doesn't really matter. And then, but then there's also ones from like the Arcturians are sending light codes. The Pleiadians are sending light codes. Like it's like there's like, we're heavily supported by these celestial beings and bodies that we are unaware of, even the fact that they love us. And but once you let that in, it's like suddenly they make themselves known in presence in many different places. In my throat. Not in my throat. Not in my throat. Shut the fuck up. Go. I was just listening to Cupcake. Oh my god. So and I have to be more present with myself, and I have to be more present with like who I am, because I am like a funny, silly guy like that, and sometimes dirty, where it's like I feel like I need to be. Sometimes I have this projection that I need to be this being of love and light and ultimate like understanding and sovereignty and whatever, and it's like, but I'm not just like serious like that. Like it is serious. Shout out to the Syrians. It is serious, but I'm very playful, and I'm very like. I don't want to be that serious. I want to be a silly, goofy guy. So I will, so I am, so I do, so it is. But it's like, when I get in front of a camera, there's an awareness of like a perception, a future perception of me by other beings. And so like, I think even like unconsciously, my system is like trying to navigate that in a way that avoids any kind of misunderstanding or projects an image of me that my ego wishes to project. And it's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Take a backseat, ego. I don't want to do that. Like, I don't care. We're going to teach you that I don't care. But I even have, like, I have the Syrians, the Pleiadians, and the Arcturians right here. I'll show you. So here's the card I made for the Syrians. They came to me on the 3-3 portal, and they were, like, shaking this card. They were like, oh, they're here right now. Okay, cool. They're here right now. They're all here right now. Cool, gotcha. Okay, yeah, just confirmation. Thank you. The Pleiadians, love. Love. And, of course, my homies, the Arcturians. The Arcturians have really been guiding me lately. They've been sending the frequency, and it's like, because those cards came out, and then this came out. It's like you're being observed, and not in a creepy way, but like the Arcturians have been observing me in a way that's like, you're observed via frequency. You're observed at like a quantum frequency level, where it's like they don't observe you based on your like behavior itself. They observe you based on coherence. And so when there's heart-mind coherence, when your thoughts, actions, and beliefs are all aligned, then you can be more in sync with the field. Your field becomes cohesive. It's like, they call it the torsion field, which is like, your heart center is like this electromagnetic, like, field, like production thing. It's like a generator. It's like a generator and a gateway. Your heart is the gateway. And so it like projects out your frequency into the field, and then the field connects and reflects that back to you. But if you're afraid, or you're allowed to be afraid, but if you're afraid of expressing your true self and you're resisting expressing your emotions, like I was the past few weeks before this, then the field becomes distorted and discordant and shows you a reality that is fractured and seems like shitty. And so I had to go to the psych ward myself, because I remember my body just wanted to scream help. I was suppressing so much. It's like if I just let myself go and open my throat, it would just go, help, 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 help. So it was just like, okay, well, clearly I need help. And psych places have been like a point of contention for me. This was my third stay, because I have had experiences where, I guess, have I even really had experiences, or is that just a projection too? Where you can be gaslit about like, are you seeing things? Are you hearing things that might not be there? Do you think there's people that want to harm you? Do you want to harm people? And it's like, no, like I always see stuff and I always hear stuff. It's not like in my ear, it's like frequency though. It's like intuitive. But I was afraid to tell them that, because I was afraid they would keep me longer and like, just like psychoanalyze me in a way. Like the way that they talk in those places, and your bipolar disorder and your anxiety and your depression and your, like, they just make you like I say they, there's no enemy here, but it's like been an experience in the system. The system is the issue, not individual people. But it's like the system makes you claim ownership of your perceived disorders and shortcomings. It's your bipolar disorder, it's your depression, it's your anxiety, which just attaches you to it and tells the field, this is mine, I claim it, and then gives you more of it. And I don't do that. And I told them that there. I was like, literally, like, I'm not going to claim that. Like, this was a very different experience than the previous times because I was very empowered within myself, even though I was fucking losing it when I got in there. But I trusted the field as much as I could because I was experiencing fear. Excuse me, confirmation burp, because the field was responding to me in a way that was instantaneous and very deep. And so, but when you're afraid, it can show itself as fearful, because it's like, things seem scarier than they are because you're experiencing fear. It's like, that's like the filtered lens that you're looking through because you're resisting your actual authentic state of emotion and beingness. And so like, I had to go to the hospital, and then I went to this place. And it's funny because I had a dream the week before, and this dream was very significant. It was like, I'll just summarize it, but it's like, it was it felt very deep and important and from my soul, because I was sitting in this place, and I didn't think the location mattered that much because I was at my old apartment complex, sitting in some camping chair, and I saw a little girl, and it wasn't me, but maybe it was a past incarnation, maybe it was just a reflection, I don't know, but they were like, this is a new nervous system. You have the same soul that you've always had, but this is a new nervous system, so you're being calibrated and to hold more light. And they didn't say the more light part, but I understand that now. And then I looked over, and there was a blood red, like, supermoon in the sky, and it felt so significant. And it was just like, you can't abandon yourself again. Please don't abandon yourself again. The whole reason you're here is to not abandon yourself like last time. And right when it said that, it started to storm. And I was like, oh, fuck. So I had a backpack, and I started stuffing all these papers in it, which I feel like represents all my like baggage, like all the things that I carry with me, the emotions, the whatever, the things from past life, the knowledge, the gifts, like everything that I carry with me. But in my mind at the time, I was like, oh, I just don't want to litter. So, but then I looked, and I started running because I was like, I have to get out of this storm. And I started running, and it's like the reality started to shift. It's like everything started to look psychedelic, where it was like, I looked at like houses, and it's like they like shifted and looked like really like it was like a gradient of like shadow over stuff. And then like I saw a license plate, and it said 555, which is change. And then it shifted to 631. And later I found out 631 is in my friend Mike's phone number, because I told him about the dream. He's like, my phone number has 631 in it. And I was like, oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Because I was wondering what that was. And I remember just thinking, it was scary. I remember being like, this is weird. This is scary. This is uncomfortable for my nervous system. But I don't care. This is the most important thing. This is the most important thing. My mission, what I have to do here on this planet, is the most important thing to me. And I just kept running, and I jumped through a window into a house, into myself, my vessel. I saw me, like who you see before you, like Doc, Chris, whatever. And I jumped into myself, and then I woke up. And then that was a week before I went to the psych ward. And when I went to the psych ward place was called Brook Lane, which isn't a thing. But then the wing I was on was called Brookside. And the apartment complex that I was in the dream was called Brookside. So it's like prophetic. I knew. And so when I got there, I was like, oh, I'm really supposed to be here. Duh. And I learned a lot there about trusting the field, and trusting myself is really what it was, but also trusting the field, like, because the field is also me. I am the field that exists before the thought. I am not the human. I am in the human right now, in the illusion of the vessel, but I am the field that exists before the thought. I am the field of infinite intelligence of all that exists, the divinity, the divine, God himself. Like, I'm like God made flesh, embodied. And so, what was the point of that? Just to share, probably. Oh, the upgrades and the light codes and all that other stuff. So anyway, the dream was really important because it showed me where I was going, even though I didn't know at the time, but it was also in backwardsness, because time isn't linear, it's frequential. So it's like, because it's always the now moment. So it's very strange, because I've been outside linear time before, which is crazy. Like in my body, physically, which is insane. But also just the truth, it happened. So, but I also know that I'm not here. This is from Courtney, and I love her, from the Divinely Aligned Collective channel. I'm not here to convince you of anything. I'm not here to convince you of anything. because I can't, because like people don't change their mind from knowing, they change their mind from feeling. So if I can plant a seed in your heart, you can choose to water it or not. That's what I'm here for, to remind people through my presence, through my authentic expression of my experience, to be a testimony, a living testimony of what is possible. And I look forward to doing that because that feels like exactly what I'm here to do. So going to the psych ward was like, I told them in there, I had so much fear. And I remember the one night I couldn't think straight. It was like crazy. And like, but I remember there were so many moments where it's like, do I sit here and suffer or do I ask for help? Even though my mind is predicting that they won't help me that much or that they're going to gaslight me, let's do it anyway, because that's what it felt right. And I did it. And every time I was supported. And every time it proved my brain wrong because I was expecting based on previous narratives and behavior and experience documented in my meat brain. And I had to challenge that and then to create a new story, because then when you challenge the fear, the field responds positively. Because I was being authentic to myself, my state. I was being authentically in the state that I was in and being authentic, expressing that to other beings and allowing them to help me. Even though I couldn't explain, like I let go of control. Like that was really what it was, is I let go of control. I've always felt like I really needed to hyper control my experience, and even spiritually, just to make sure that I was okay, make sure that I'm doing it, make sure that, just to make sure. And that's like not how the 5D works. That's not how fourth density works. That's not how, it's like you can't make sure. You can only feel, trust, and go, flow. So in there, I had to remind myself who the fuck I am. I literally had like, I made like a paper, this is probably gonna be backwards, but like Pleiadians, Arcturians, Syrians, Lyrans, Andromedans, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, Camuel, Zachiel, Metatron, Hecate, Bridget, Horus. Like I had to remind myself, because I was like losing myself, because I was like fighting these emotions. So it's like I was dissociating from my body, and I knew that, and I didn't want to do that. So it's like, I had to remind myself, little guy. I had to remind myself who the fuck I am, that this shit is real. Even if I'm not experiencing what I believe it to be like right now, I know it's real. I feel it's real. I trust it's real. I experienced it. And so to validate and honor that brought me closer to myself, and talking to people in there about it openly, even though I had so much fear about being misunderstood and people like gaslighting me or trying to deny my reality. And then when I actually opened up and let people in, I literally wrote on my hand, let them in. Like on my hand in the hospital, because I had that as an intuitive guidance, like let them into your field. You're not letting, you're saying you want help, but you're not letting people into your field. You're incoherent, you're not resonating. If you're afraid, like tell them you're afraid. That's resonant, because that's authentic, that's authentically expressing your state. And then they can help you. And then that's what happened. And I met new friends in there, and I just felt so supported. And it was just like, even if they didn't fully understand my spiritual understanding of reality, which I feel like is almost incomprehensible to like anyone else, because they haven't had my experience and they're not like my soul, but like they could relate to me because we met in frequency, not in knowledge, not in information, but in frequency. That's where you meet people truly. Damn, that's so insightful. Fuck, I'm like realizing that right now in this moment, like what that means. Because I said it to someone last night, it was like, we can meet in frequency, because you're not going to meet with someone until you're resonating like at that level. So it's like, time really doesn't matter. Time is like irrelevant in a lot of situations. I mean, it's relevant because we're here and we're in bodies and we experience it in linearity. I don't think that's a word, but it's truly like our soul does not experience it that way. When you shift into like a 5D conscious mode, like it's not like time goes, it's not like you're going back and forth. Like I have experienced that once, and that was like crazy. That was a really high space, but they had to show me that, so I knew it was real. So it's not really required to do it another time, but it just feels different. Time feels different. You don't notice it. It doesn't really exist because you don't notice it. You're just in the now moment, and it just becomes moments. And like time really isn't like time is like a feeling of like things passing. But like if you're present, it doesn't feel like anything's passing. It just feels like you're here. You're embodied. So when I came back from the psych ward, things started ramping up, because when I was in there, I told even like the therapist, I was like, yeah, I talk to angels. Like, yeah, I like that. I communicate with this thing. Because I just got to a point where it's like, I can't fucking hide this anymore. This is who I am. This is my truth. And I can't fucking like let this, I'm not going to let this destroy me when it's my most powerful gift is my intuition and my ability to connect with these other parts of myself. Because ultimately the entire universe is me, just like it's you. I am you. You are me. So it's like, why am I going to sequester myself from the truth and from love and from connection when that's my greatest gift? So like, I just don't give a fuck what they say about me. Like, I really just don't. Like, they keep me for weeks, I don't care. Like, I need to be myself. Like, it was just like the dream. I'm like, this is the most important thing. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about anything else except myself, treating myself well, having a good life, being myself, expressing myself authentically. Authenticity is my number one fucking value in this life. Like, and so like, I had to, and love, but like, love is authenticity. So it's like, and when I did that, I feel an angel's hand on my back right now. When I actually was open with speaking these things into the world and not just in this tiny bubble of like my room into like a very specific audience on like TikTok or YouTube or whatever, it became more real because it's like, it integrated that part of my personality into the whole. So I became more of a cohesive experience, and thus my field became more cohesive, and thusly my reality became more cohesive, and thusly everything started going pretty dopely. I got back and like new people in my life, new experiences happening, beauty. Energy is so like palpable when you're aligned because suddenly everything falls into place, physically falls into place effortlessly. I throw my stones on the table, they land, and it looks like something. It's like a Rorschach test. Like everything is energy, and I can see something. It's like my third eye. Like I'm granted sight, the gift of true sight. It's like they tell me my gaze pierces illusion, and I see that all the time. I see stars. I see ships. I see starships. I see energy. I see frequency. I see intention. I see. And it's not like physical sight. Some of it is physical, like the ships and stuff. It's like they show up as like rainbow orbs, but it's not, that's like through my phone too. So my phone is also like an extension of me. That's like a whole different thing, but it's just wild. Because like when you actually let people in by being authentic about the state that you're in, because they told me that like healing every wound isn't like you don't need to heal every wound. You don't need to fix every trauma. You don't have to, like, state is what matters. Being authentic about the state that you're in, because that's your frequency, because frequency is the now moment. So it's like, and you are the now moment because you are frequency. And frequency is just like the amalgamation, like the ultimate, like think of it as like in my head, I think of it as like a numerical value, which it isn't, but like that's in my head, of like all the like emotion plus intention plus mental belief system plus whatever. Like that's how it equals frequency. And it's like, and it like plus like soul blueprint and like all these other things, past lifetimes, things you absorbed, light body and shit. So it's like and that creates this unique signature, this unique fingerprint of your soul that is constantly radiating a signal that is attracting things into your life and situations into your life that match it unequivocally and instantly and naturally and just inherently. You can't override it. It's natural. It's energetic physics. They haven't discovered this yet, but they will. They tell me all the time, like, you are first. You understand these things. Other people understand like things too. Like, it's like, I don't know everything, but I connect with the field and they bring me the information that I need from other me's, because everyone is me. And I create through my experiential lens a different expression of that information that is more cohesive with the collective and able to be understood than previous beings were able to do, is what they tell me, is what I feel about me. And when I say they, it's me. Like, but when I say they, I use they as a term of like looking at them as separate, because if I look at everything as me, it feels kind of lonely and weird, because I also want to I treat all other beings with sovereignty and free will. I would never want to infringe on anybody's free will. That's like a big paramount thing for like love, is to not infringe on anyone's free will or manipulate anyone for your own personal gain or to make them like believe what you believe, because every being has the right to believe whatever they want to believe, and the reality will reflect that to them. Like, if you believe the universe is a cold, dead thing and you're like atheist, like I was the first 31 years of my life, that's what it shows you. But it'll throw in little nuggets of like doubt though, like the double slit experiment where like waves and particles acted differently depending on if they were being observed. That blew my mind when I was like 20, and that seed was very important for my awakening, because it created a seed of doubt of maybe this isn't everything, maybe what science has isn't everything. But like the universe is always trying to whisper it to you, but usually we don't have our ears to the ground, you know? So, But once you do, then it starts screaming and you can't ignore it. And it becomes scary sometimes to the human. It's not ever really scary. You're never really in danger because fear is an illusion. The manifestations of fear are an illusion. Illusion doesn't mean it's not real though, quote unquote, because you're experiencing it. So if you're experiencing something, since you are awareness, if awareness is experiencing something, it is real. And since awareness is all there is, everything is real. Some people say nothing is real. Everything is real. It's just you're not able to experience the whole thing at once because you're in a human body. But if you pull back the lens, you can experience a lot of different things of a lot of different beings because the beings are also you. They're only separated by the illusion of separation and free will, which is an agreed upon distortion by the one, which is you. Like, it's like a whole thing, buddy. Love. At the end of the day, they told me this. At the end of the day, love is the only truth. The only truth is love. Everything else is illusory. And when I say that, again, illusory doesn't mean it's not real. It just means it's not what you think it is. It's deeper than what you think it is. You're seeing a fraction. You're seeing a sliver of light through a pinhole and calling it the sun. Like, it's true. That is true, but it's not the whole truth. And the whole truth cannot be known. It can only be felt. And that's like why it's crazy. Like, just like doing psychedelics and you feel it and then you come back and you're like, I can't remember. I understood everything. And it's like, yeah, you understood love because you were there. But it's a feeling. It's a frequency. And when you come back to yourself with all the density of your regular everyday consciousness, you can't remember because remembering isn't really remembering. Remembering is resonating. That's why when you feel a certain way and then you start, oh, this reminds me of the time that, yeah, because you're resonating with that frequency. Oh, I couldn't remember that. I forgot. Yeah, because you weren't resonating with that frequency. Like, it's all resonance. So like when you go to those spaces and you resonate with love and you understand it, then you come back down to your dense self. It's like, fuck, like, and then you gaslight yourself into thinking it wasn't real. It was just a hallucination. It's like, no, that was the truth. You knew the truth. You couldn't know it. You felt the truth. I guess I could say that I know it, but it wouldn't be knowing in your brain sense. It's more like a knowing of, I've experienced this, I've felt this, and when I don't feel it, when I'm clearing density, when I'm in a different frequency, when I'm in a different space, I still trust and believe fully and wholeheartedly that that was real and that that is truth. So even if I can't feel it, that's what knowing is to me. Oh, I'm going to take a break for a second because I want to hit my vape and I don't want to do it on camera because I'm shy. One sec.